Hello, everybody. This is Steve again. I wanted to show you some more. This October 19th letter where the Zodiac claimed responsibility for the death of Paul Stine. It just continues to be really interesting. So the last time I did a video, I wanted to go into this, what looked like a fingerprint. And I had turned the letter into a negative and was able to see, 4, 3, 5 layers down into the graphic arts and the message that was in there. I thought from Albert Lee to Elin Shigmorelech. But just to let you know, it's not, you don't even have to go that deep, right? You've never heard this in public. No one's ever talked about it because no one's ever did it in public. Now, they may have done it in private. I would think that the FBI would definitely have tried to look for forensic information in these letters and use microfine glass, magnifying glasses, everything else. So if you'd have went in this letter just to see this fingerprint and not even try to do anything else other than just look at it closely, look at this right here. I mean, doesn't that dude look like a baby Adolf Hitler to the top there, the left, right? And then you see this other big face right there. So here's your guy Adolf, right? Baby Adolf. And then look at that monster face right there, right? And then look at the little superhero masked man right there. It's just amazing, man. So again, this whole thing of graphic arts and so on and so forth. Let me try to do something else. It looks like a little bear hug right there. See the little cartoon girl, right? Isn't that amazing, right? I'll just take a quick picture of it and just get a little closer to it and see if that helps us see it a little better. Which way do I have to go? Oh, yeah. Man, I have so many pictures. It is amazing. Okay. All right, so I freezed it, blew it up so I can get a little closer. There you go. There's your little baby Adolf. There's a monster right there. Girl hugging the monster. So, if I'm right, and this is Albert Lee still trolling Elin and Charles, I guess that would be Elin hugging the monster Charles, and his brain is like Adolf Hitler, just evil, and then see all the other little people. It's like the people that are screaming from hell, right? And that's just the surface. This is just the surface. So if you saw some of the other videos where I actually turned it into a negative and then removed the noise, and as you slowly remove the noise, the figures continue to change and morph. I mean, it's just amazing. And this is just what one guy on Reddit said, oh, it's just a smudge. I'm like, yeah, right. This is crazy. It just is. It's different. And this is the letter that changed everything. This is the letter that changed the person of interest sketch from Lake Berryessa being the Zodiac, which looks exactly like Charles Lech, right? To the skinny guy with the glasses who killed Paul Stine. And the envelope of this letter, when you use the word, look at the word San Fran on the envelope, right? Upside down is a picture code that clearly shows what they said happened that night. And that's that Charlie got out of the cab and he walked down the street and ran into the situation. Here it is right here. Let's see if I can get it. Okay. Yeah, so this is, here it is. So it says, show how he says it. Like he's on foot right here, the number 3. and sees somebody running from the scene, and that he got to the cab where the blood was already in, and then there was two witnesses. If you read the reports, all this stuff lines up. So he goes from, the first one is like where he came from, downtown, to the Presidio. And then this other line right here is everything that happened to him at the Presidio. He was on foot, saw the guy running, gets to the cab, this dude's bleeding, there's two witnesses, and then it shows how he was trying to escape. So the big fat parts are like, so this one line right here is Maple and this is Cherry. So people wonder, well, if this is true, Steve, why did he come down Cherry and just escape to the golf course like we eventually find out that he did, while the police were driving up and down that one street by the golf course, which was in the police reports. And there's a guy on Reddit who actually went up to San Francisco to the Presidio to check it out. And he says he knows why he tried to come down Cherry and go back to Maple. He's like, because at Cherry, you can't get through some really high fence to get back over to Jackson and into the park. But at Maple, there's like a little walkway and the fence is only like 4 feet high and you could just jump down and get through. And so if he was trying to get back to that fence and then saw the police car that was coming down, Jackson saw him and spooked him, he went back the other way. So all this stuff tracks. All this stuff tracks with the actual police reports and witness reports. So if you believe that everybody told the truth, there were two people there. There was a moment in time where one man exited, another man entered the cab. And that happened when the girls were in the stairway and the young boy was on the phone calling the police. So we've been chasing the wrong guy for 50 years, the wrong picture. This is an amazing case. And I will continue to do my best to bring it to you in spite of all the interference that I've had to deal with, and the consternation and the attacks from people. It's worth it. God would not have given me the opportunity to do this or allow me to understand and break through this cryptology if he didn't want justice, or for me to try to at least get justice for the families. I believe in my upbringing, in my heart, my soul, and my character. That's just how I wake up and I think. So again, this was when I made it into a negative, and I told you I thought that was Darlene Ferrin, the girl at the top right there, and then that was Albert Lee over here to the left delivering a message, right? And then down here, that was Elin Shignora Lech in the mirror looking at herself over here, and that Albert was trying to tell her that she was a hoe and that she was running away from that dark spot, which is Lake Herman Road murder, because this sketch right here is actually a sketch of Vallejo, right? And that this is Morse code at the bottom. That one dot is an E, 3 dots are an S. Her name was Elin Shigmora, right? And so, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Oh, right. So see how that girl is? Well, I thought she looks like Darlene Ferrin. Well, one, because the story that she died and they were looking for Lee. And I believe this is Albert Lee Terry Jr. and Juniors go by Lee. But also look at a picture of Darlene Ferrin. See how her hair is blocked? That's her right there. I'm not sure who the guy is, probably her husband. And how she's kind of a square on her shoulders and her top. And this guy's a really great graphic artist. So imagine that woman turned backwards, right? There you go. You kind of have a squared woman with black hair on her way to heaven. She's a spirit that he thinks about. And then see this figure right? I thought the ghost, but I never thought about the little darkness at the back of the ghost. I believe that's Charlie as the Zodiac going to kill people, and that is the ghost that's haunting Albert Lee. I didn't see that before. So, I mean, this is some heady stuff, man. I mean, these people have skills, like I tell people all the time. And all this is coming from, as I told you, the letter that everyone believes in, that decided to make the Zodiac as famous as the Zodiac is. So if you want to believe, you know, the story about the Zodiac, and here's the envelope. So it's that San Francisco right there. Let me turn it sideways. It's that San Francisco right there, upside down, that gives you the true story of what happened with the Zodiac. See right there how that's actually the car and the blood coming out with the two witnesses? And that was just the envelope. That was just the envelope. It's amazing. This little thing up here by the Zodiac sign, that's his whole escape route to get to his house, which goes right to the address of Charles Lech where he lived at that time with Elin, which I was able to confirm through an archive poke directory. If people wanted to solve the case, I can't imagine I'm the only person on the planet Earth that was either lucky enough or intelligent enough to do this. The FBI has really qualified people. So the story of the Zodiac has to go much deeper, but that's your guy. That's your guy right there. That's the guy that was identified at Lake Berryessa. That's very handsome, with these really deep eyes, with the part to the left side of his hair kind of heavy set, 5'8", blah, 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 that was hanging out all day. And so that's him to the right. That's the Lake Berryessa person of interest. And then that's the guy to the left. That's the guy that killed Paul Stine, that the guy to the right saw running the night that he was up there. And we figured out kind of what the story was and why he was up there. But that's for another day. And this is kind of what happened to the Zodiac case, is that the original person of interest, Charlie, in the back there, became put to the background as they started going through, all this other evidence. They just forgot all about him. And so for 55 years, this case has been going in the wrong direction. And, you have to fight all the people that want to do books and podcasts and all the other stuff, because they've all created all their stories based on pure speculation and made you believe that it was fact. And anybody that comes with facts like we have, they don't want you to hear from them, because either they're embarrassed or it'll cut off their money flow. But, we're here for the truth. And our website is zodiackillertruth.net. And we post this information on there if you want to review it. Peace out.